Speaker, in accordance with the provisions of Article 70 of the Constitution, the Constituencies Commission for the Bahamas has met, has reviewed the number and boundaries of the constituencies into which the Bahamas is divided, and has submitted its report to His Excellency the Governor-General. The Governor-General has transmitted that report to the Prime Minister as required by the Constitution. The report, Mr. Speaker, reads as follows. Pursuant to Article 70 of the Constitution, the Constituencies Commission makes the following report. I might say, Mr. Speaker, the report is dated 16th November and was transmitted to the Prime Minister by the Governor-General on the same day. In fact, I might read the Governor-General's letter. Dear Prime Minister, I write to advise that I have today received from the Speaker of the House of Assembly, in his capacity as Chairman of the Constituencies Commission for the Bahamas, the Commission's report in accordance with the provisions of Article 70 of the Constitution. The report of the Constituencies Commission dated 16th November 2011 has been signed by all members of the Commission with the exception of Mr. Philip Davis. I am enclosing here with the original report as submitted to me, which recommends certain changes which I have noted, together with copy sets of 6 maps and constituency descriptions. I now request, as required by Article 70 of the Constitution, that you cause the said report to be laid before the House of Assembly. Signed, Sahara Folks, Governor-General. So, Mr. Speaker, as this is the first meeting of the House subsequent to that date, I now read the report. Pursuant to Article 70 of the Constitution, the Constituencies Commission makes the following report. 1. The number of constituencies in the House of Assembly should be 38. 2. The constituencies to be distributed as follows. New Providence and its adjacent keys and islands, 23. Grand Bahama and Bimini, 5. Abaco and Keys, 2. Andros and Berry Islands, 2. Eleuthera, 2. Exuma and Keys and Ragged Island, 1. Long Island, 1. Cat Island, Rumkey and San Salvador, 1. Meguana and Agua, Acklands, Crooked Island, Long Key, 1. Thirdly, the register of voters as at the 14th of November 2011 is 137,444. New Providence, 69.92%, or 96,111. Grand Bahama and Bimini, 14.67%, or 20,166. And the other Family Islands, 15.4%, or 21,167. Fourthly, as at 14th November 2011, the average number of registered voters in the existing 25 constituencies in New Providence is 2,844. Fifthly, the current numbers of registered voters in New Providence show a range of 2,235, with a high of 5,202 registered voters in Blue Hills, 35% over the average, and a low of 2,967 in Bain and Grantstown, 23% below the average. Sixthly, we therefore propose that the 23 New Providence constituencies be delineated as indicated on the attached map. In making this proposal, we have been guided by the general consideration that the number of voters entitled to vote for the purposes of electing every member of the House of Assembly shall, so far as is reasonably practical, be the same. Every attempt was made to cut boundaries along natural roadways and to minimize the cutting of polling divisions. The New Providence boundaries proposed produced the following result on the register of voters as at the 14th of November 2011. Golden Isles, 4,107. Baintown and Grantstown, 4,532. Bambootown, 4,377. Carmichael, 4,334. Elizabeth, 3,923. St. Cecilia, 4,537. Centerville, 4,444. Port Charlotte, 4,133. Fox Hill, 3,947. Garden Hills, 4,116. Golden Gates, 4,388. Killarney, 4,209. Marathon, 4,034. Montague, 4,216. Marathon, 4,034. Marathon, 4,034. Montague, 4,216. Mount Moriah, 4,277. Nassau Village, 4,302. Tall Pines, 4,010. Pinewood, 4,085. Seabreeze, 4,097. South Beach, 4,019. Southern Shores, 3,948. St. Anne's, 3,987. And Yamacraw, 4,089, representing a total number of registered voters in the Providence as of the 14th of November of 96,111 voters. The proposed changes will produce an additional 550 voters per constituency. This proposed distribution produces a range of 626 with a high of 4,587 registered voters in St. Cecilia and a low of 3,923 in Elizabeth. We have set a standard of no more than 10%, 418, over or below the average of 4,178. We've achieved the standard, and in the majority of cases, we've kept within 5%, that is 209 of the average. The numbers of registered voters in the constituencies with the lower numbers are expected to grow much more than the constituencies with the higher numbers. Seventh, in view of the proposed configuration, resulting from a shift in population, we propose that the following names be eliminated: Blue Hills, Clifton, Angliston, Kennedy, and St. Thomas More. We propose that the following new names be created: Nassau Village, Tall Pines, and Southern Shores. We also propose that Bain and Grantstown be amended to Baintown and Grantstown, and Farm Road and Centerville be amended to Centerville. 8. The changes proposed can be compared to the last Constituencies Commission report dated 13th March 2007. In New Providence, when the boundaries were last changed, the total number of registered voters was 90,417, with the election due by the 2nd of May 2007. We are now proposing changes with the total number of registered voters in New Providence of 96,111, with general elections due by May 2nd, 2012. The registered voters as of the 13th of March 2007 was as follows: Baintown, Grantstown, 3,606. Bambootown, 3,663. Blue Hills, 3,862. Carmichael, 3,672. Clifton, 3,216. Elizabeth, 3,787. Angliston, 3,707. Farm Road in Centerville, 3,720. Port Charlotte, 3,590. Fox Hill, 3,766. Garden Hills, 3,705. Golden Gates, 3,658. Golden Isles, 3,514. Kennedy, 3,482. Killarney, 3,476. Marathon, 3,501. Montague, 3,565. Mount Moriah, 3,698. Pinewood, 3,793. Seabreeze, 3,662. South Beach, 3,509. St. Anne's, 3,550. St. Cecilia, 3,382. St. Thomas More, 3,662. And Yamacraw, 3,721, representing a total of 90,417 votes at the time the boundaries were last cut. Ninth, Mr. Speaker. In being guided by the general consideration that a number of voters entitled to vote shall, as far as is reasonably practicable, be the same, the proposals meet their standards in the 23 New Providence constituencies. 10. The proposals of the 5 Grand Bahama and Bimini constituencies be delineated as indicated on the attached map. 11th. As of the 14th November 2011, the average number of registered voters per constituency in Grand Bahama and Bimini is 3,361. 12th. The Grand Bahama and Bimini boundaries proposed produce the following result on the register as at the 14th of November 2011. East Grand Bahama, 3,935. Central Grand Bahama, 4,119. Marco City, 4,296. Pine Ridge, 3,810. And West Grand Bahama and Bimini, 4,006, representing a total of 20,166 registered voters. This distribution produces a range of 486, with a high of 4,296 registered voters in Marco City and a low of 3,810 in Pine Ridge. In view of the proposed configuration, we propose that the following names be eliminated: High Rock, Lucaya, 8 Mile Rock, West End, and Bimini. We propose that the following new names be created: East Grand Bahama, Central Grand Bahama, West Grand Bahama, and Bimini. 14th, the distribution of seats in Grand Bahama and Bimini in accordance with the mandate of the Constitution. 15th, the changes proposed can be compared to the last Constituencies Commission report dated 13th March 2007. West End and Bimini, 3,134. 8 Mile Rock, 3,515. Pine Ridge, 3,235. Marco City, 3,535. Lucaya, 3,865. And High Rock, 3,434, representing a total of 20,718 voters. 16. In the remaining family islands, we propose that Ragged Island be joined with the Exuma constituency. We also propose that the following constituency names be amended: South Abaco to Central and South Abaco, South Andros to Central and South Andros, South Eleuthera to Central and South Eleuthera, Exuma to the Exumas and Ragged Island, Long Island, Ragged Island to Long Island. 17th. The family island boundaries proposed produced the following result on the register as of the 14th of November 2011. North Abaco, 3,437. Central and South Abaco, 2,465. North Andros and Berry Island, 1,980. Central and South Andros, 1,905. Cat Island, Rumkins and Salvador, 1,291. North Eleuthera, 2,921. Central and South Eleuthera, 2,171. The Exumas and Ragged Island, 2,376. Long Island, 1,450. Macau, 1,161, representing a total of 21,167. 18th. The distribution of seats in the family islands takes account of the needs of sparsely populated areas, practicability of elected members maintaining contact with electors in such areas, size, physical features, natural boundaries, and geographical isolation. 19th. We now enclose here with the following: Map of New Providence showing the 23 constituencies. Individual maps of the 23 constituencies in New Providence. Descriptions of the 23 constituencies in New Providence. Spreadsheets of 23 constituencies in New Providence showing existing polling divisions. Map of Abaco showing the 2 constituencies. Map of Andros showing the 2 constituencies. Map of Eleuthera showing the 2 constituencies. Map of Family Island constituencies. Description of Family Island constituencies. Map of Grand Bahama and Bimini showing the 5 constituencies. Descriptions of the 5 constituencies in Grand Bahama and Bimini. Individual maps of the 5 constituencies in Grand Bahama and Bimini. Spreadsheets of the 5 constituencies in Grand Bahama showing existing polling division. The report is signed by the Honourable Alvin Smith, Speaker and Chairman, Honourable Justice Stephen Isaacs, Deputy Chairman, the Honourable Brent Simonet, MP, Honourable Tommy Turnquest, MP. Speaker, I have the honour, therefore, to lay the report on the table of this Honourable House in a moment. In further pursuance of the provisions of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, I also have the honour to lay before the House for its approval the draft of an order by the Governor-General giving effect to the conclusions of the Commission without modification. The draft order makes provision for 38 constituencies, 23 in New Providence, 5 in Grand Bahama and Bimini, and 10 in the other Family Islands. The limits of the constituencies in New Providence, Grand Bahama and Bimini, and the other Family Islands are marked on the plans and the written description attached to the draft order. Speaker, though not a part of the Commission's report, I also am tabling the description and plans of the boundaries shown in the first schedule. I also, Mr. Speaker, am also making available to members in a moment the proposed polling divisions that are going to be considered for the various constituencies. It's a preliminary proposal from the Parliamentary Registration Department. It is our expectation that in New Providence the number of polling stations, polling divisions will be between 12 and 14, with a view to seeking, as far as is possible, to have polling divisions not have more than 400 voters per polling division, to the extent that's possible. Where that's not possible, consideration will be given to have an A and B for a polling division. But as a general statement, that is our aim and objective. I therefore, Mr. Speaker, wish to table the report.
Order that the communication, the draft order, and accompanying documents do lie on the table.
I'm also tabling for the benefit of the House the entire map from the Providence showing the constituency boundaries and the entire map for Grand Bahama. I've made available all of these to the Leader of the Opposition earlier this morning.